makes me say, good morning. Good morning. Good morning. Good morning. Good morning. Good morning. Yes. Good morning. Good morning. Good morning. Good morning. Come on in. Come on in. Yes, 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 yes. Still getting set up a little bit, but good morning. I always have to say I don't own rights to music because I don't know what people be talking about. So I just say I don't own no rights to the music in the background, okay? But good morning, good morning, good morning, good morning. How is everyone? So first I want to say this. Good morning, sis. Good morning. Yes, welcome to Coffee and Conversations with your girl, Carol. You know, when you hear this voice, you should be wanting to wake up. When you hear me, and I'll be like, good morning. When you hear, you should be like, oh, let me get on up. Yeah. Hope everybody had a good Monday. You know, Monday is like almost like a Sunday, right? It's a slow day for some. For me, it is. I know. For me, it is. Good morning, team. So good morning, good morning, good morning. All right. Good morning, my YouTubers. Good morning, my Instagram. Let's see. I got a little, and I can't say good morning Facebook because we got some stuff going on here. Let me see if I can get it this time. All right, we got it. And this morning I had my little song playing. There's nobody like you, Lord. Let me tell you. Alexa, turn music off. I don't own no rights to the music that you might have heard in the background. Just wanted to let you know. So good morning, good morning, good morning. First off, you're going to probably hear a whole lot of noise because your girl don't got no heat, baby. Ain't no heat in the house. Honey, let me tell you. Yeah. So they had to come in so you're going to probably hear some hitting, doorbells ringing. I might have to get up for a moment. So I might have to cut it short today. I don't know. But I know wasn't no heat. So I was rallying everybody together. Get me some heat. All right. It ain't bad out, but the temperature drops at night. And so you can feel the coolness in the home. So yeah, get me some heat. Okay. You know, I've been reading, and you know, I told you guys I read devotionals. Every morning I have a devotion that I read. And I don't bring it to you guys all the time, but sometimes I do. And each day in this devotional, there's a different focal point. And sometimes they break them down into like three days of the focal point. So I've just been reading about quiet time with God, quiet time meditating. And we talk about meditation a lot. We always talking about, you know, what can you do? Me time, me time. What are you doing for you? What are you doing to help you be a better person, to grow in different areas for yourself, right? We talk about that a lot because I think it's needed for some. Some people don't know or don't have a clue of where to start. They don't know technically what they should be doing or what they shouldn't be doing. It's a lot of that goes on every day. So I was reading, and one of the things they talked about today is about interruptions, things that interrupt your quiet time. Now, in the devotion, it was talking about quiet time with God. That's what it was talking about. And I just thought about it when it was saying distractions, interruptions. So then I said to myself, what's distracting you from getting point A to point B? What's distracting you from getting from point A to point B? What's distracting you? What's keeping you from reaching your goals, short-term goals or long-term goals? You know, sometimes we set a short-term goal. And a short-term goal can be, where do I want to see myself in the next year? Where do I want to see myself in the next 6 months or 3 months? You know, corporate has what they call fiscal years and quarterly calendars. And so it's 12 months in a year. So sometimes they break it down in 3-month increments, 3, 3, 3, and 3. So what's holding you back? What's keeping you from getting to where you need to be? What's keeping you from doing the things that you know you are capable of doing? Is it hard for you to believe in yourself? Is it hard for you to trust yourself? What is keeping you? And those are some of the points that I did kind of look at. Sometimes I think it's hard for us to trust that the process of knowing to go through some things is going to be some challenges. I think sometimes too, and I know for me, it's the fear of the unknown. You don't know what's going to happen. If I accomplish this, what's going to happen? So you don't have the fear of the unknown. But what's holding you back? What's keeping you from being the best you that you can be? What's keeping you from doing that? And like I said, for me, I think sometimes it's the fear of the unknown for me, depending on the situation. You want to do better. You want to do these things, but sometimes just the fear of not knowing how it's going to turn out, what other people going to think, sometimes can keep you from being the best you that you can be. So what's holding you back from reaching those goals, short-term goals or long-term goals? What's keeping you from stepping out, as they say, on faith and just doing what you need to do? What's holding you back? What's keeping you from doing that? Is it distractions, interruptions? What can you do about these interruptions or these distractions? What can we do about them? What can we do about them? Some distractions we have to get rid of. Some stuff is just holding you back. You got to get rid of it. But other things that you can't get rid of, like for instance, people who have children, you can't get rid of them. So what do? Work. Work can be a distraction sometimes, but you can't get rid of it. You got to work, pay your bills. So what can you prioritize there? So what can you do? What's holding you back? Sister Pooh says in my case, it's the full process of the leap. Then I think about the leap I took 12 years ago. It was because of my daughter's college achievement. And this change is about me. Yeah, it could be self. Self is one. So Sister Pooh says self. Self is one of the biggest reasons why a lot of us don't. Self, because we tend to lean, instead of leaning and depending, I'm gonna just be honest with you, on God, we tend to lean and depend on ourselves, and we can't do nothing ourselves. And then I'm gonna tell you what else we do. A lot of times we believe it and we'll say it, but we don't act on it. We believe it and we say it, but we don't act on it. If we're going to believe it, and first of all, we're going to say it and we're going to believe it, then we have to act on it. And sometimes you just got to take that leap. They call it a leap of faith. You got to take that leap. Just do it. And see, and we talked about this yesterday. Nothing beats a failure but to try. Nothing beats a failure but to try. So Sister Pooh says self. Brother T says sometimes people can't get out of their own way. They worry or focus on others instead of themselves. Yeah, they can't get out of their own way. And that'd be the problem. Sometimes that'd be the problem. And that's why it is important. It is important for you to be secure within yourself. And if you're one of those ones who have some insecurities within yourself, about yourself, that's where you need to go and pray and meditate and get yourself together. Because here's the thing, when you insecure about yourself and you don't trust yourself and you have a whole lot of things going on there, you could be sabotaging a lot of things and doors that can open up for you. They call it self-sabotage. You're sabotaging yourself. You're sabotaging yourself to not be able to accomplish things that you know that you can. They call it self-sabotage. That's what they call it. That's what they call it, self-sabotage. And when you do that, it undermines everything that you trust and believe, because you too focused on yourself. You're too focused on yourself. You're too focused on yourself. So don't let yourself hold you back. You got to become secure in that. I think that's one of the things. You have to become really, really secure in knowing exactly what you want to do, where you want to go, and set those boundaries there. But don't tell yourself you can't do it. And don't worry about other people. Don't worry about other people. Don't worry about what people gonna say. Don't worry about what people gonna think. I'm in my comfort, but I'm finally uncomfortable and ready. Yep. And we talked about that. When you in your comfort zone and now you uncomfortable and you ready, because sometimes things have to be uncomfortable in order for you to step out. Sometimes things have to become a little bit, this ain't what it is, in order for you to trust, to take that next step and to go into that next process. And you telling yourself you can't do it, but you can. You can do it. And you have to encourage yourself. There's a song that says, encourage yourself. You have to encourage yourself. And I know getting pat on the back from other people and other things saying go, 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 go. And, other people cheering you on is great and grand. But sometimes you have to pat yourself on the back. You have to pat yourself on the back and encourage yourself to move and usher through that. You have to encourage yourself to move and usher through that. And I read something that said one day or day one, you decide. Is it one day or day one? You decide. And that, you know what that's saying when it says one day or day one? It here it is. It's gonna happen either or. You decide. Is it gonna be day one of you doing it, or is it gonna be one day I'm gonna do it? One is an action, one is a procrastination. Day one or one day. You decide. You decide. You decide what is it gonna be for you. Is it gonna be, hey, I ain't even gonna be able to do it. I ain't gonna be able to do this, that, and the other. Is that what it's gonna be? Or is it gonna be you gonna decide to do what you know it is for you to do? So don't let things on today. I'm gonna tell you, don't let nothing hold you back, not even you. Don't let you hold you back. There you go. Don't let you hold you back. Trust, believe, and move forward. Okay? The affirmation today is, am I a good example for those around me? That's more of a question, isn't it? Isn't that more of a question? Am I a good example for those around me? Let me tell you something. I ain't always been the best example for people around me. I have not always been the best example. Mm-mm, 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 mm-mm. I used to tell people I am not a role model. Please don't follow me. Because I've not always been the best example. But guess what? When you grow in certain areas, what happens? You want to become a good example for those around you. You want to do better for those around you. You want to choose choices better for those around you. You want to be able to, say, hey, I'm doing this and I'm doing that. You want to be able to be, good morning. You want to be able to do those things for those around you. Am I a good example for those around me? Us with children, whether they're young or old, young adult children. You want to be a good example for those. So, when you think about it, I can say for myself, I ain't always been the perfect example for nobody be watching me. I am Charles Barkley. Not you, Charles Barkley. Boo. But no. Good morning. Good morning. Good morning, Mr. Phillip. So no, I've not always been the best. I've not always been the best example for those around me. But guess what? When you grow, you learn. Good morning, Pooh. Good morning, Sister T. You learn and you grow. And so now I can honestly say I am trending toward being the best example that I can be. trending toward being the best example that I can be. Because you're not always the best example, but you can be. You can be. What do? You can start choosing different things. You can start speaking differently, in my case, because my mouth is a hot mess. But hey, I ain't where I used to be. I ain't where I need to be, but I ain't where I used to be. All right. We're going to leave that on right there. So those are things that we can do. Okay. So when you think about it, just think about it. Am I a good example for those around me? Are you setting a good example? See, a lot of times we make choices and we say, I don't care. I don't care who see me. I don't care who hear me. I don't care who do this. I don't care. I don't care. But yeah, you should care. You should care. You really should care. Because as you get older and as we start growing and maturing, and the thing about maturing, good morning. Good morning. Buenos dias. Buenos dias. Oh, right now, no. What's going on, Sister Cynthia? Sister Cynthia, we got to be good examples. We got to be good examples. And here's the thing. It's a day-by-day thing. It's a day-by-day thing. It's day by day. It's day by day. Because here's the thing. When it talks about are you a good example for those around you, you might choose something and the person that's around you might see you and the person might say to you, dang, it's like that. And it'll make you, I know for me, now I can't speak for everybody, but for me, it made me feel some type of way. Well, you said, so Cynthia said, just work has me all over the place and overall burnt out. Well, now, Sister Cynthia, I need you to join me every day at 8:30. I need you. Now, here it is. You can find me on YouTube. You can find me on Facebook. You can find me on Instagram. And soon to come, you're going to find me on TikTok, okay? I'm going to be going live because I'm talking to people that really need to. Don't let work, okay, y'all? Y'all agree with me? Everybody agree with me? We're talking about, are you a good example for those around you? So she said right now, no. She said she has work all over the place and overall burnt out. Here's the thing. Don't let work burn you out. You're going to have some you're going to have some problems. You're going to have some problem. You're going to have some issues, but overall you are don't let work burn you out. Don't let work burn you out. Don't let work tempt to get you in a place where you can't focus. Don't let work do that. Don't let work do that. You know, sometimes you got to go into your space, pray about it, and let it go. Pray about it and let it go. Don't let work burn you out. And if you need to take a mental day, take a mental day. But don't let work burn you out. Don't let work do that. That's not what you do. Don't let work burn you out. Yeah. You example of what not to do, Terrence. You an example of what work not. Yeah, with you, yeah. Yeah, right now I would say my son Terrence says he's an example of what not to do. Don't let work burn you out. Don't drown yourself and wallow in tears or anything. Don't do any of that, okay? So are you an example for those around you? If you're not, become one. If you not, become one. Sister Pooh said work cannot be your beginning and end, and that's whether it's your own business or a corporate job of any kind. That's right. Work cannot be your beginning and end, and that's whether it's in your own business or a corporate job of any kind. Okay, so are you setting a good example for those around you? Let's start today if we're not. And we can start by focusing. We can start by praying and let things go. We can start with our responses. If your own response is to slam a door, let's shut the door. If your own response is to cuss someone out, just say thank you and be good on today. You know, so just start with responding in a mature way. And then that's how we can start being good examples for those around us. And remember, don't let you hold you back. Don't let you hold you back. All right. I told you guys in the beginning that I got some people fixing on my heat, so I'm going to go ahead and let them in so they can finish doing what they're going to do. I thank you all for joining me on today. All right. Remember, live, love, never ever stop laughing, and always find room to forgive and to be forgiven. Okay? Because ain't none of us perfect. I want you guys to have a marvelous, marvelous, thoughtful Tuesday. And if you, again, are you a good example for those around you? If you're not, start today. I love you guys. Have a great day. Bye-bye.